Hey guys, Mr. Gomes here, and I am going to show you how to create just the first few pages of this 3D cave model that we're building. I know the camera quality is not that great, it's kind of late, and my light isn't very good here, but hopefully this will be enough to help you figure this out. So let's go ahead and get started. So first of all, you're going to cut everything in the first page. Okay, one thing to point out is that you're going to cut the sinkhole here in the middle. When you do that, you're going to get these pieces like this. See how the sinkhole is there? That's going to be the very last thing you build. But you cut everything, you fold all the lines, okay? And what's going to happen is when you glue everything, you're going to end up with a box, okay? The sinkhole is going to be on top. You're going to have this on the side, and then we're going to have a cave entrance over here. Don't worry about this pull up to see the interior thing here. Okay, so one tip I'd like to show you when you are using the glue stick is if you put a piece of paper underneath, you can get the glue stick on the edges really well and not worry about getting glue stuff on stuff. So if you have a scratch piece of paper, okay, you can glue it like that. So here's kind of like my basic part of the cave structure. Of course, caves aren't rectangular, you know. But here's what it looks like, okay, once I've glued everything in. Now I'm going to move on to page 2. So page 2, we're going to cut out our sinkhole here, which will be, I would glue that as the last thing. But then we're going to cut out our cave entrance here. So just cut everything out, okay? And this here is a picture that's going to show you like all the steps all along the way. So I would cut this off and just keep it on the side. But go ahead and cut this up, and then I'm going to show you how it looks. Once I cut that up, this is what I get. Okay, so you see I have a little cave entrance here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to glue it so that it looks like this. So you see the water, that stream or that river there is going to be going into the cave. And I'm going to have a cave entrance. So of course everything is rectangular, and that aspect isn't real life. But it's just to show you an example of what a limestone cave would normally look like. Now I'm going to show you how these two pieces here on the first and the second page go together. It's gonna, hopefully I can do this well on the camera here. But you see on your little box that you created, you kind of have the beginning of a cave entrance over there. So this piece here is going to glue on top. Okay? It's going to glue on top like that, so that it creates the cave entrance. Okay, so here's the side view. Okay, here's the front view, and then here's the top view. Okay, so that stream there is going into the cave. Okay, now once you get to page 3, you're going to see several little rectangles. Okay, kind of like this. So you have to cut according to all the directions. But one particular thing that I want to point out is this number over here. Says number 1. So that's going to be the first part of that cave, okay? And then number 2, sorry, right there. So when as you and your partner cut this out, just pay attention to those numbers because you're going to glue them in one at a time. So here's my number 1 cut out. Okay, one thing you're going to notice here is I'm going to have this is going to fold over and it's going to touch the number 2, okay? So we're kind of creating little cross sections of the cave as we go along, and this here will help you with some of the spacing, okay? But one thing when I first did this that I struggled a little bit with, is part of the reason why I want to create this video, is these sides here, when you fold them, instead of folding them back, which is perhaps the more intuitive thing to do, we're going to fold them forward, okay? We're going to fold them forward, and then again, hopefully I can do this in the camera well. We're going to slide them in there, and then we're going to glue these two pieces together on the sides. Okay, so I slid that piece in there, and then the little glue thing, so I can do it again on this side. So I have one glue thing and the other one, and I'm going to go like this, and then they're going to glue together. And then inside my cave entrance, which I don't know if I can show well on the camera, I can see the other cross section there, and I can see the stalagmite. And that's eventually the goal. Eventually you're going to create all the little cross sections of this cave, and you're going to be able to look inside your cave and you can see all the way through. And then the last piece, when I built this, was a sinkhole. I put that sinkhole on top, and it just matched the cross sections of the cave perfectly. Okay, I hope you enjoy doing this and that you have fun, and this will help you remember learning, or just help you remember and learn what we talked about as far as how caves are formed and some other structures.